All right, good afternoon, everybody. So we got some more new artwork. So we're just gonna start rigging right away, I guess. So today we got Angie, and she's also behind a desk. I did go ahead and make all the swap sets beforehand because I think that's like the most boring part to watch. The interesting thing about Angie is that she's got back hair to rig, so I'm hoping I can remember how to do it. I haven't rigged back hair for a couple of months. So first off, let's rename our behaviors. So I'm going to go to face and, oops, not remove it, rename it. Going to rename my dragger to the right, and I'm going to add a dragger and rename it R left. I'm gonna add auto blink, and I'm gonna add lim IK. Front I want tagged as front and also as a head. Head I want tagged as a head, and I want to add face behavior to that. Oops. And attach that where I want. And you can see in the artwork her neck is super long. I did that because when I attach her back hair, so I want back hair tagged as a head, and I also want to add face behavior to that if I remember correctly. And that one I'm going to tag way up here. Okay, so this head, I want head position strength at 0, head tilt strength at 0, and parallax strength at 200. I'll do her ears, left ear and right ear, so I'm going to tag those as a head and add face behavior to them. And they're behind her head, so head position strength I'm going to make minus 150, head scale strength I'm going to leave at 0, and head tilt strength I'm going to leave at 0. We'll do our arms the new way again, so tag the shoulder and the elbow. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Oops. I will likely have to move those, and don't forget to tag your wrist as draggable. Okay, we'll zoom out again. Sorry I'm being so quiet today. Oops, what did I do there? What layer was that randomly on that line? Left elbow, left forearm. Right knee, ankle, and she's not going to be walking either, and we likely won't be seeing her legs at all because there'll be a desk in front of her, but again I'll just put them in quickly for lim IK. Okay, now I think I'm ready to rig the desk. Let's see if we can actually get the desk to work properly the first time today. So on the parent level, I want the origin point, let's zoom out a little bit again. I want the origin point below the fixed line. On the named level, I want my fixed line, and I usually put that like around the waist. Don't forget to make that line fixed. And I'm going to make the origin point above the fixed line. The desk I'm going to make independent, and I'm going to attach it below the fixed line. So let's just make sure that's below the fixed line. Okay, and I think that's good. So frontal, I want her to pivot here about. Okay, and I'm gonna adjust the sliders for the back hair face behavior once we've pulled her in. So let's pull her in and see how she looks. Oh, her eyes are looking a little bit wonky. Okay, so on torso behavior, we're gonna set head position strength to 0, head tilt strength to 0, and that'll stop everything from floating around. Let's go back in and see what's going on with her eyes. So let's zoom in. Right eye is right eye. Oh, unnamed. So right pupil looks like it's unnamed. Let's go back in. Right eye, right lid, there it is. Plus right pupil. Let's see if that fixed our issue. Let's check left eye, left lid, left pupil. That looks good. All right, so let's zoom in. We've got lots of work left to do on this character, so we'll calibrate. So her hair is not bad. We're getting lots of parallax though, which maybe we don't want. So let's go to face hair back. Do we want to set it up like an ear or a head? Let's set it up like a head first. So head strength to 0. And scale strength to 0. Let's set parallax at 200. We kind of lose our parallax. Okay, so, but it still wiggles with the head how we want it to. So let's go into rig. Let's go into hair back and make some of these wispies dangle. So I should have named these a little bit better. So this piece we're going to want to move, so we're going to make that independent. And put some dangles. That piece we're going to want to move, so we'll make it independent. And put a dangle on that. That one we maybe want dangly. I don't want to put too many dangle points. They can be like really distracting, but some are really nice if they move correctly. So we'll see. That might be enough. Maybe one on the other side. That one might move oddly. And then on her front hair, I think we can make this dangle. So we don't want it to slide off her head, so we'll want to reattach it, and I think pin it here and here and make the dangle there. Maybe let's try the same with left hair. Hair you can spend a lot of time experimenting with, but I actually find that kind of fun. It's really, you get some crazy looks happening, but it's exciting what this program can do. All right, so let's try that. Oh, our smile's activating, which I'm not crazy about. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oops. You know what, I might set up the back hair like an ear. So let's go back to hair back. And I'm going to go into my sliders, and I'm going to put this as head position strength at -150, and then head tilt. Let's try that, see if that looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Some of those little dangles I think can't be independent anymore. Let's turn off. Okay, so now if we go into physics, we can go into the dangle behavior. Let's make that a little softer. Another thing I can see, so if we go into her head, and she has earrings, which we didn't make dangle, so let's go left ear. Let's make sure that's actually still attached to the head. Oh, the artwork's not separated, so let's go back into the artwork. Let's zoom in. We'll call the ear base, and we'll call this earring, and we'll do the same in right ear. Base, earring. So now we can go in, let's zoom in a little so we can see even better what we're doing. Oops. Oh, every once in a while I mix up my hotkeys. Okay, so back onto earring. We'll make that attached and dangle. We'll do the same for right earring, independent, attached, and dangle. Not 100% happy with how the hair is moving. It's not bad. One of the things that we might want to turn down our parallax. I can see, or actually let's just turn down our settings first in torso. That always helps a lot. So torso, let's turn that down to 30. There, that's quite a bit better. The other thing we can do, let's zoom out a little bit here. We'll go into back hair. And if we adjust where that pivot point is, we can get quite a few different looks. And I think the other thing that's messing us up now, let's go into back hair settings and turn parallax is at 20. let's turn it back to the default. And head position strength, we want at minus 150. There we go, that's better. Let's turn that down quite a bit. What if we go into hair back and make base independent? No, that wouldn't work. That's what's happening, I think. Okay, so normally I think I have, let's go back into back hair in the artwork. I think I normally have all these pieces hanging off the base. Let's try that. So now, if I go into base, and I make this independent, it has something to hang off. That I think might work better. Okay, the hair's not bad, but those little wispies, what are those? Let's go back into front hair. I wonder why those little wisps. You know what we should do is, in the artwork, let's find those little wisps. And we'll just consolidate them all and call them, whoops, call them wisps. I don't want to rename anything, but I want to put all those little wisps in there. So all the ones on this side are going into 8. There, I think that should make them all move together. Let's oh no. Okay, so what I usually do is go back in here And now will it recalibrate? Oh, I hate it when it loses the origin point. Okay, so is that all hair back? No, just 10. Oh. Darn it. Sometimes if you just move things back in here. You know, let's just reopen Character Animator. Sorry, everybody. The power of editing, I guess. Come on, reopen. Sometimes that fixes it. So 8's in the right spot, 9's in the right spot, 10's in the right spot. If I move base, let's see. Let's call this base hair and see if that moves everything back into the correct position. The odd time it fixes itself. No. Okay, well, what I feel like doing is, oh, look, there, it fixed itself. See, I'm not sure why. I usually just play around with it. I used to move it to the right spot, and then about 5 steps later, it would fix itself. Okay, so let's see if it fixed our initial problem here. I might have to do a full reboot. Seem to be getting laggy. Long hair is fun to rig anyway. It's more exciting than doing hand swap sets. Yeah, I might have to do a pause and do some editing. Sorry. Okay, back from my crash. So we lost some of our rigging. We can see that it's still moving correctly with the head, but it's not dangling anymore. So let's zoom in and resume playing with the dangles. That's the fun part of rigging. So this I want independent. I'm going to move my attachment point and put a dangle. This I want independent. I'm going to move my attachment point and put a dangle in there as well. And then same with this one, I'll make independent. Reattach. Yeah, and I'll put one dangle on that one as well. So now when we go into record, I might turn it down a little bit more. Let's play with our dangle levels. So stiffness, that's where you can turn it up and down. I might put separate physics on the earrings and the hair. But yeah, she looks pretty good. Her hair is maybe a little bit floaty. Let's stiffen that up a little bit. Yeah, and I'm under debate if I want to put her bangs in, let's turn that down, that's distracting. So head tilt strength I've got at 205. But that's maybe a bit too much, right? There, that's better. All right, Angie, your face is coming together better. So hopefully I'll be able to edit out the interruption of crashing, and you could see enough what I did. So Angie's not going to move much more than this. She's just basically a talking head in her scenes, and her arms are hooked up the same way as Eric's were the other day. So I'm not going to bother testing all those out. But yeah, Angie looks great. I love her mouth and swap set and everything. I think with her hair dangling, it's just enough. I don't think these little side dangles, I think having them dangle at this like also dangle at a different speed or whatever might be too distracting. Just having the large groups of hair move and having those little dangles attached, I think, is enough. Let's go in and actually change the physics on her left and right ear. And then that way they'll be stiffer than her hair, and I think that'll look better. Yeah, physics. Right ear, left ear. Did I do both ears? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, then we can adjust the dangles separately. So if we want those a little stiffer, we can make them a little stiffer, or leave them how they were. And then you can adjust the hair separately, and that's always nice. It makes it look a little more lively if stuff is moving at different speeds. But I'm pretty happy with the way Angie turned out. Let me just double check that I've done her rigging correctly. Check the stuff I always forget. Are her arms unhinged? No, they're not. Did I do psycho brows in surprised? No, I did not. So now when she looks surprised when I press one, yeah, that's great. Angie's another really attractive puppet. I've had a few comments on how great the artwork is. The artwork's actually created by my brother Sandy. So yeah, check him out if you're looking for amazing artwork. He's really just fabulous for this style of cartooning. They just look so great. But anyway, so that's rigging Angie with longer back hair. I know when I was learning how to do it, I couldn't find a lot of help for it. And a lot of it is kind of a judgment call. You just play around with where you put those dangles, and the strength of them makes a huge difference. So for her back hair, let's look at the rigging again. So I've made her back hair independent. It's tagged as a head, and it also has face behavior. And then in the artwork, let's go look at the artwork. The back hair, there's base hair, and then attached to base hair, inside base hair, is all the dangles. Like that. So hopefully if you have any questions, or if it doesn't work for you, let me know in the comments. But I think it looks good done this way. Anyway, have a great afternoon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.